Gary Leon Ridgway was born on February 18, 1949, in Salt Lake City, Utah, the second of three sons of Thomas and Mary Ridgway. In 1960, the family moved to SeaTac, a suburb of Seattle, Washington. His father drove a bus, while his mother worked in retail. Ridgway had a troubled childhood, dyslexic and held back in school. He also wet the bed until around age 13 and tortured animals. Most disturbingly, when he was 16, he lured a 6-year-old boy into the woods and stabbed him in the rib, but the boy survived. Despite these early warning signs, Ridgway appeared socially normal, popular, involved in football, and charismatic enough to date classmates. But beneath this mask, he began nurturing violent and sexual fantasies, particularly targeting women he hated. On July 15, 1982, the body of 16-year-old Wendy Caulfield was found strangled in the Green River, south of Seattle. Over the next month, 4 more bodies turned up along the riverbanks. These were young women, many vulnerable, and all strangled. Authorities quickly formed the Green River Task Force. Ridgway began his killings around this time. His first confirmed victim is believed to be a 16-year-old runaway found in July 1982. He preyed mostly on prostitutes and runaways, targets he believed would not be quickly reported missing. By August 1982, police recognized a serial killer pattern. Ridgway first came under suspicion in April 1983 after Marie Malver, a sex worker, disappeared. A witness saw her enter a truck matching his, and when questioned, Ridgway lied and later passed a polygraph test in May. He even contacted police, offering help. The years 1983 and 1984 saw the death toll rise further. By late 1984, at least 42 victims had been found. In April 1987, detectives obtained a search warrant for Ridgway's home and truck. They gathered carpet fibers, ropes, saliva, and hair, but the forensic technology of the time couldn't tie him to the crimes. That same year, Ridgway submitted a DNA sample. The era's testing methods, however, were insufficient to produce a match. Meanwhile, Seattle's task force kept digging. In an unusual twist, Ted Bundy, the notorious serial killer on death row, offered advice to authorities. He thought the Green River Killer was returning to sites and engaging sexually with corpses, a pattern later confirmed. For nearly 2 decades, the killer roamed free. Investigation filled 750 file drawers and cost $15 million, with over 1 million tips. In March 2001, forensic scientists began re-examining evidence using advanced DNA testing. They swabbed ligatures and fingernails and recovered semen traces. Ridgway's 1987 saliva DNA matched evidence from at least 3 victims, allowing them to finally narrow in on him. On November 30, 2001, at age 52, Ridgway was arrested outside the Kenworth truck factory in Renton, where he worked as a painter. He was charged initially with 4 murders, and former task force leader Dave Reichert formally announced his arrest. Ridgway quickly confessed, admitting to murdering 48 women, 42 of the bodies matching police records. He later claimed he had actually killed up to 71. He stated, "Most of the time I killed them the first time I met them, and I do not have a good memory for their faces." Ridgway said he chose prostitutes because they were easy to pick up without being noticed and would not be reported missing right away. He also admitted engaging in necrophilia with the bodies. Under a 2003 plea deal, prosecutors dropped the death penalty in exchange for Ridgway's cooperation in locating undiscovered victims. On November 5, 2003, he pleaded guilty to 48 counts of aggravated first-degree murder, receiving 48 consecutive life sentences without parole. In February 2011, Ridgway pleaded guilty to a 49th murder, that of 20-year-old Rebecca Becky Marrero, whose remains were found in December 2010. He received another life sentence. Through information he provided, investigators recovered multiple undiscovered bodies. In 2023, DNA helped identify Lori Ann Razpotnik, a 15-year-old missing since 1982, known as Bones 17. In January 2024, authorities confirmed that the remains of Tammy Lyles, 16, identified earlier as victim 49, were definitively linked. This closed the gap on the last known victim of Ridgway. Ridgway's psychological makeup was shaped by a dysfunctional upbringing, a domineering mother, a father who despised sex workers, and Ridgway's own sexual and violent limp. He fantasized about killing, even his mother. He described a hate-love relationship with prostitutes. He both solicited them and loathed paying. Driven by sexual violence and necrophilia, he buried later victims to control his urges. By confession, his crimes were practical and coldly calculated, targeting vulnerable women who offered anonymity. Resistance is low, and reporting unlikely. Ridgway remains incarcerated at Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla. He has refused public interviews, but cooperated with authorities to recover victims. Investigators believe his confirmed 49 murders could reach up to 71 or more. The Green River case revolutionized forensic investigations. Its scale spurred improvements in DNA testing, victim identification, and cold case methodology. Gary Ridgway's reign of terror, from 1982 to 1998, claimed at least 49 known lives, though the true number may be far higher. Caught ultimately by forensic breakthroughs, he stands as one of America's most prolific and chilling serial killers. His story warns of hidden monsters within ordinary lives, and the power of science to bring them to justice.